fucking whole long hair fucking 80s fucking band thing going.
I think he needs to keep it through Rocklahoma because that would be a Rocklahoma staple, right?
Do we want to vote like Donnie keeps cutting the sides and just grows the mullet out through Rocklahoma?
Hashtag keep the mullet.
Hashtag keep the mullet. You guys post. Everybody on Instagram, find good pictures of fucking mullets and hashtag them, keep the mullet, and tag us at Tiddy and Shiner Show. So we can let Donnie know he needs to keep this thing going.
Absolutely. Jesus. What have we started here?
It's kind of like Michael J. Fox in Back to the Future stage, right?
Well, and now we have another movement to deal with, the Free the Nipple movement.
I'm donating money to this shit.
Word.
There's a lot of girls that'll post pictures on Instagram and they'll hashtag it Free the Nipple because they have to censor out their nipples with flames or some crazy fucking Snapchat filter or whatever. I'm going to promote Free the Nipple. I'm all on board with that fucking movement because I don't really see what's that offensive about a nipple. Do you, Tiddy?
No, but I can tell you in Oklahoma state law.
Okay.
In Oklahoma state law, the nipple, sorry, I need to eat the mic here. This is part B, showing of the female breast with less than a full opaque covering of any portion of the female breast below the top of the nipple or depiction of covered male genitals. A dishonorably turgid state. What the fuck is turgid state?
What does that mean?
Do we have any turgid states?
That's a good name for it. If I start a band, I'm naming it Turgid State.
Turgid state. There you go. Turgid.
So basically, like anything. Okay, now is it top of the nipple or top of the areola?
Top of the nipple.
That's how it's written?
That is exactly showing of the female breast with less than a full opaque covering of any portion of the female breast below the top of the nipple. And we're talking opaque. Now, here's how laws, how people get away with it. If you go to a strip club, even at a strip club, they're not allowed to be full nude, right? Well, they are now. If you have regular beer in a regular strip club, did you notice that they had like an opaque paint around the nipple, and they'd usually put like sparkles on it?
Well, they have that silicone stuff on it.
Yeah, that's the opaque to cover the nipple. Otherwise, they would be in violation.
Now, okay, by the letter of the law, they have to only paint the actual nipple. That's the letter of the law.
Right.
Because there is women, and God bless you if you're listening to us and you're one of these women, there's women that have giant areolas.
Like the size of saucers.
Yeah. So they don't have to cover the areola, it's just the actual nipple.
Well,
what you're telling me.
Or is the law referring to nipple as the entire off-colored area starting at the top?
If you're a legal expert or you're a lawyer, doubt that's the case. But I mean, if that's happening and you can define this for us, please let us know because I'm very intrigued by this. Is it the areola or is it the nipple?
Well, who knows? I'm going to say nipple, but it's probably areola.
Well, you're going to say nipple because that plays into our hand.
But, I'm looking at another law down here. Sadomasochistic abuse means a flagellation.
How did we pull that in?
It's right underneath it. It's number 7, whereas we were on number 5. Sadomasochistic abuse means the flagellation, torture by or upon a person clothed or naked in the condition of being fettered, bound, or otherwise physically restrained on the part of one so clothed or naked. Okay. Here's the deal. If you're dealing with sadomasochistic abuse, you have consent by both parties.
So, oh man, that law is really...
Yeah, it is.
Is that does it say if it's punishable by a misdemeanor or a felony?
Yeah, it's a Oklahoma State statute.
So we're talking about a misdemeanor, right?
Yeah, 21-1040.75 B.
So you could be charged criminally.
Yes, but as long as you do opaque covers on the nipples, you're good.
You can't catch that charge. I mean,
nope.
So if you flog somebody naked or clothed, you could get jammed up. I mean, by the letter of the law.
Yeah.
If it's in your bedroom and behind closed doors, it doesn't matter.
Apparently, whether it is consensual or not.
That's an Oklahoma law.
That's an Oklahoma law.
I wonder what year that was and why.
2014.
What, 2014?
Well, 2014 was when they updated everything. So
wow, I wonder why that law. Like, what were they trying to do, and how did they get people to pass? How did they get voters to pass that?
I have no idea.
Is it because we're in the Bible Belt?
Probably. To be honest with you, yeah, I would say so.
I mean, I think you and I were talking about this. I had a teacher in high school that explained to us why bare breasts were such a big deal in the United States, which there has been laws that have been passed that try to kind of negate that. I mean, the state of New York, including New York City, I mean, women can legally be topless just like a man can. But this teacher I had in high school, of all things, and I went to a private Christian high school.
Well, of course you did.
Of course I did. Well, I had to. Public school wouldn't take me. But this all has to do with our secession from England. And we rebelled so hard that we left a lot of their beliefs behind. And that was one of the beliefs. And that's why topless women in this country are such a taboo. Which, I mean, hashtag free the nipple. What is a nipple for? I will say this, Tiddy. If I see a girl on Instagram and she's had to censor everything, or she's had to censor only her nipples, I'm kind of wondering what that picture looks like without those stickers. Tell me you're not.
No, I'm totally.
You're kind of wanting her to hit you in the DM with an uncensored picture, good or bad.
Exactly. And for all of you listeners who want to send us uncensored pictures, tiddyandshiner@gmail.com.
Free spunk lube. Free spunk. And maybe a free hot pocket.
Perhaps.
Yeah. It depends how we feel that day. We may send you out. I actually had a female follower on Instagram tell me that the hot pocket deal was in the same amount offensive, and she kind of wanted a hot pocket. Like, hot pocket thing is very much a cult following.
Did you just see that picture that Party Foul Johnny sent us?
I did not. I saw my phone light up.
Yeah.
Oh, let's see.
Yeah, no, you don't.
God damn it, Johnny. Johnny is a good dude.
Party Foul Johnny. I'm sitting here looking at a picture of Trump.
Describe this picture, Tiddy.
All right. Well, you got Hillary, who's laying on a couple of big pillows, hands and knees, ass in the air, and Trump with a big fucking smile on his face. He's drilling to frack. I'm telling you what. He's drilling to frack.
God damn it, Johnny.
Oh, Jesus, that was awesome.
Yeah. You know what? Actually, that's a really good Photoshop. Like, I don't know where they found those expressions on Hillary's and Trump's face, but they pasted them on some bodies that look very believable.
I'm going to say Trump's body looked a lot more believable than Hillary's body. She's
they nailed it on Trump's body.
Yeah, they did. Maybe he's got a little bit too much regular tan instead of orange tan. Regardless. Hey, what do you think the medical MJ is doing on the Oklahoma economy?
For the state as a whole?
Yeah, for the state as a whole, for Oklahoma.
Man, it's been a number of weeks, but I saw at one point it's brought $11 million. I got the hiccups. It's been $11 million into the economy.
Now, is that taxes or?
When I saw that number, that was actually just fees that had been paid for licensing
growers and that kind of. Okay, I got it.
So I mean, even if you just take half of that, that's an incredible amount of money for this.
Well, $11 million is enough to give. That's helping teacher pay. That's all I wanted this for. I literally was happy to vote on this for teachers, and I've been proponent of it for a couple of years because of teacher pay, and now with the shit that's going on with me medically, in 2 years I may not be able to walk. In 2 years I might be.
So you're saying that's the reason you voted for?
No, I voted for it at the beginning, just to have some more money in the state so we can pay teachers what they're worth. And now all of a sudden I've become a patient who could utilize this because of my neuropathy below the knee. And now, I stand a good chance of losing my legs and not being able to walk.
Well, here's the deal. There's still a lot of opponents and I really think that the benefits from medical marijuana are undeniable. I just don't understand. I kind of do. I feel like that the whole gateway drug that was put out there, marijuana is the gateway drug. That was really a big selling point of the Reagan Just Say No program.
And I actually think that's bullshit. I think alcohol is more of a gateway drug.
Very much so. And like you and I both, I have somebody very close to me that is an opiate addict. And the deal there is there's been a lot of studies, not just one study, not just 3 studies. There's been a handful of studies that come out that show marijuana use is very beneficial to people that are opiate addicts. So it's also been shown to be very beneficial, which you and I will love, to people that are that suffer from PTSD.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Parkinson's disease. There's so many things. Pain. Dude, when we were at Rocklahoma and I partook, it was amazing.
It took care of that pain.
It did. Now there's a couple of days that we over partook and found the world moving rather quick. Oh, dude, that earth was moving. It was hauling ass, and we both.
You're welcome.
Thought the same thing at the same time. I said something, and you didn't because you didn't want to sound stupid, and I said it because I don't give a fuck. And you were like, I was just fucking thinking that.
That's the only time in my life I have ever thought a thought that another person verbalized it as I was.
Yeah, it was crazy. That was crazy. That was a night of over partaking. But and now now we have kids, and this is kind of a crappy fucking story too. But we've got kids that broke into a grow house that was in the Sand Springs area. West Tulsa, whatever you want to call it.
Is that what that was?
Yeah. West Tulsa, 41st and 33rd West Avenue. 2 kids broke into a grow house, and they broke through the windows, and you literally had marijuana plants sticking out of the windows, and the police had seen what was going on.
They said they could smell it a block away.
Yeah. Caught the 2 kids, arrested them. But because they could not get a hold of the owner of the shop, they had to wind up letting the kids go because there's nothing to hold them on.
Is that what happened?
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. They had to let the kids go. Just send them back with the parents.
Were these kids, you may have said this, were these kids teens?
Teens, yeah.
Well, of course they were. I mean, come on now.
But I mean, this guy didn't have a fucking camera, alarm, security guard, nothing. Dumb ass.
And he was totally legal.
Totally legal. And, you know that you can grow up to 3 plants in your house, right?
Yeah, yeah.
I assure you. There I go whistling through my
yeah, go ahead. Again. Go ahead, Alvin.
Yeah, I assure you that if I'm going to start growing, I'm going to have cameras. I'm going to have security.
Just on those three plants.
Dude, I may have a shotgun wired to a door handle.
Oh, you're booby trapping shit.
Oh yeah, you ain't nobody gonna take my sativa. Hell no.
Well, that's just it. There's so much money to be made. I mean, when Colorado did this, I lived there when this happened, and they literally had doctors and lawyers shutting practices down to get in the weed. That's how much money there is to be made.
Yeah, I've got a friend of mine who's a lawyer that's owns dispensaries and a grow house. So. And to be honest, if I were making the laws on this, I would have to say, if you own a dispensary, you can't grow. If you grow, you can't own a dispensary. And I would set a number of dispensaries that could dispense it, a finite number. And second, restrict a number of growers to just a certain many, maybe 12, maybe 15, somewhere around there. Because there's so many growers and there's so many dispensaries. Once everybody's cranking to get this pot out, right? So it's going to be real quick. Within a year, we're going to have way more supply than we do demand. And then prices are going to plummet.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have growers go out of business because they can't afford to stay in business at those prices. But I
tell you, you're talking about this, and this plays out on Netflix on a documentary called Murder Mountain. And it's about Humboldt County in NorCal.
And for the record, I have not seen this documentary.